Hello, big beautiful world. Another quick one. We're going to fly from KOM1, the new 1935 Redwings, Omaha, Nebraska airfield, and we're just going to go for a quick flight down to in the globe down to maybe Lincoln. We'll go down as far as Lincoln. God, I make myself sound so bloody knowledgeable with these places. I've got no idea where they are. We're going to take up this one. Beautiful livery. Now, I'm still getting used to it, so please forgive my usual appalling bloody flight patterns. Flying technique or lack thereof. Alright, shut me up. Let's up in the air. Check out the chord. Check out that disruption and that chord right there. That the airflow disruption. Quite incredible. Probably accounts for much of the stability with it. Alright, let's hop in and go flying. Shoot, I forget what to do. Guess we'll figure it out as we go, eh? Cabin. Cockpit lights. Actually, let's just get rid of that for a tick. Full hot carb. Donk. Okay, so I guess we're going to go... Now, do we have... No, that's okay. Okay, so juice. Pump. Start. Why don't we try, eh? Yeah, actually, no. Flying liar, you're a freaking idiot. Give yourself some battery. You're a goober. You're just... What are you? Just a blinking... Yeah, let's go the Strobies. Make sure everyone's safe. Actually, you know what? We're going to stay under everything, so why don't we? Ooh, we might want to give ourselves some go juice. Hey. Ah, très intéressant, yeah. Now, theoretically, the usual theoretical. No, not seeing a primer. Forget what to do. So, let's have a look. No, that's all good. All good. I'll pump racker. Why don't we try it again? Just a bit more juice. That looks like it's done the trick. Alright. Now hopefully... Okay, so 1935, I love it. It's the... better adjust the bloody thing away. Bring ourselves over some. Give ourselves that again. Now. That's right. This means nothing. That means everything. Looking back. Let's hop out. Make sure we're all free and clear. That's right. Because everything is tied into the joystick. Let's do it. Let's hit the frog and toad, eh? We're just going to circle around above. Come over a bit. Should have done the walk around or whatever around the airfield, but you know, that's okay. Why do I? Of course, natural tendency is to sit on the bloody pedals. No, don't. Not with this one. Not with this one. And I want to see if my avatar shows up. It does. There we are. Lovely. Oh, stop that, you kooky kids. What are you doing in the back, kids? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? No. Might have to give ourselves one notch of flaps as well, I'm thinking. Going to be a bit touch and go, I think. Hopefully we got it. Oh, we cleared them. Oh, ho, ho, ho. And we okay, so let me see where I went wrong there, shall we? Let's clear these blighters as well. It's so hard not to swear some days. Hello, Omaha. So we're still in the climb, that's cool. And I'm going to call off the flaps now, I think. Mind you, it is a glorious morning for it. So as you can see, I wasn't kidding, I wasn't exaggerating. There is no airfield at all. There is no airstrip whatsoever. That is it. And that is the runway. But God, it's so immersive. I just love it. I bloody love it. What's that say? Outstanding. Right next to the racetrack. That's awesome. That's supreme. All right, let's make our way down across a couple of rivers and see what's what. I've got nothing to report on, so I'm just going to make shit up as usual, I think. And that, my friends, is the truth of it. I am here to look around and just see what's what and get a feel. Now let's hop out. And that's loud, that's really, really loud. But I don't mind because, hell, I'm flying from Omaha down to Lincoln. Lincoln, I don't know anything. Isn't Omaha, isn't it the birthplace of Marlon Brando? And Lincoln, that's a TMBG album. They Might Be Giants album, and of course, Abe Lincoln, who'd be turning in his grave under the current circumstances, I think, as an outsider. Wow, that's one busy turnpike, or a set of roundabouts, as we call them down here. On and off ramps. Let's it's really quite stable, really incredibly stable little beastie, and I don't feel inclined to go far. There's a part of me that kind of wants to check the frame rates nowadays, but I'm resisting. As always, I'm resisting because I think, you know what, I've never, well, not with MSFS2020. It was only those stutters over the past couple of issues that have made me do it. The other thing I've noticed is, for any of you cats who have caught my video from last night or yesterday, I've recorded that, and what is the res now? What is the res? Sorry gang, so 3840 by 2160. And this is on a 3080 Ti card. So it's behaving itself beautifully. We always use New York as the benchmark or whatever, and that's okay, I'm fine. But I've actually got less stuttering the past few days than I've ever had in the sim, running it out maxed screen-wise. The monitor itself is a Philips, I think it's a 4K Philips unit, 32-inch. So maybe it's just the syncing up and the marrying up that it's making, or maybe I've just gotten lucky. Could be a combination of all of the above. This is a lovely little beastie, isn't it? Look at the dimples in the wings. And it's such an unusual layout. I'm going to go out, so it's going to get loud. I want to grab the sunrise postcard. I love that little twin fins waggling away. Very, very sweet. Very, very cool indeed. So, and the truth of it is, we're just going to head over, like I said, towards Lincoln. If we make it, we make it. If we don't, we don't. I really freaking loved looking for the geoglyphs. Even after I stopped recording, I went on a couple more flights to see if I could find more. So finding the hummingbird and a couple of others. So if you didn't catch it, or you know, even if you're not interested in it, go and have a squiz or look-see at that thing that I did yesterday for the Nazca lines. Excuse me, please, the Nazca lines, because that stuff is fun. It's just fun. It's one of the lakes we come over. I don't run with little nav maps or anything like that, and I could. I've got them all in. I used to, but now I just kind of like getting lost. I just really enjoy not knowing where I'm going. Gosh, what else? Well, nothing, since I only recorded one yesterday. Probably put all the gory details. The shorts 330 is planted some pretty decent reviews. I think I have Angel and Jonathan Beckett. So for those of you cats who might be just signing on, they're two go-tos. Under COVID, there used to be a lot more. You know, for choppers, you go to the high performance group, Helisim Pilot, and a lot of others. There was a cat in the north of England up around Manchester. He was awesome, but they all seem to have dropped off. Flying Frog up at Wollongong over the back of Lake Illawarra. I haven't seen him doing much lately. Flying Dad, he's still around. So a lot of the people that I used to kind of turn to for my daily fix of flight sim news have kind of dropped off now that we're back in real world, you know, circumstances. We're not having to live quite so much in our own internalized worlds, and that's a shame, because I gained a lot. They just used to inform and inspire my day. Do I want to try this aircraft or that scenery, or, you know, why do they sim? So Av Angel's still around, of course. There was also Pilot Emily out of and she is a commercial pilot out of Canada, and she's awesome, out of Quebec, I think, and she was awesome. So there's a whole bunch of them, and their stuff's still up on YouTube as far as I know. So if you want to have a look at some really class acts, some really cool reviews, and just goofy, good fun reviews and flights, just have a look for some of those names, because, you know, Pilot Emily, Flying Frog, Brett Plays up in Sydney. We've got a few down here in Oz. They're all good value, and you probably know all this, so I won't labour the point any more than I already have. But yeah, for any of you cats, well, you will know. If you're watching this rubbish now, you know I don't really review things. I just go and buy stuff and try it out, and if I like it, I keep using it. And that's very trippy, isn't it? It's almost like Dali-esque, slight Dali-esque feel of melting landscapes. I've got a decent river. I think the flight's only about 15 minutes. Again, never having been there, I can't really testify with candour. But this is a really sweet little aircraft. It's a really cool little beastie. Let's go through all the... So there's not much... Oh. Not much in by way of default cockpit movement positions. So hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. No, that's it. All right, I'm down with that. Hang on. So that's it. Awesome. Yeah, this is one I'd held off on for, I think, a couple of years. I'm glad I did, because it's with that combination of the wobbly back, which I love so much. Oh, sorry, I'm just out of the clipping. And the FS Realistic, I think it's the FS Realistic Pro. I did reload that. I'm not sure if it has been giving me grief, contributing to some of the problems, but reloading that seems to have done the trick immensely. Or a fresh install of it. I wasn't game to do a complete fresh install of the sim itself. It's just too bloody mammoth now. It's too big. So, and I understand 2024 is going to kind of rectify a lot of that, but hopefully, as with this, I think I've only had to do 3 rebuilds in 3 years now, so that's pretty good going. Once a year. Because like me, you've probably got thousands of add-ons floating around in here. And like me, you'll often be surprised and delighted and think, when did I put that in? I'm just going to do the usual once there we go. Just come over a bit. That's a bit healthier. Nice. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful day for it. I love you, simulator.
I love you too, Flying Lion.
So, Omaha, Nebraska. I want to say Eisenhower, but I don't think that would be correct. I think he might be a Missouri man. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Brando's a Nebraska boy. Maybe even Jimmy Dean. Not sure. You cats will correct me, I'm sure. Anybody watching from Nebraska? Hello, from the bottom of the world. Or nearly the bottom of the world. Some of the, and I know it's freeware, but some of the towers and spikes, the mobile towers, I think are a little bit excessive. So there might be, hopefully there might be something to rectify that soon enough. What else? That's it. 1935 scenery. Oh, there's that, what is it? It is the Piper 500, but they've rebranded it like FRM 500 or TRM 500 or whatever, TBM 500. And that looks pretty stunning. I mean, that thing is stupidly fast. So if you want a fast GA aircraft or exec prop aircraft, that could be worth grabbing up in the sim. They got the Santos Dumont, which I found really intriguing. I haven't bought it. I won't buy it. It sort of functions much like the Kitty Hawk to celebrate the early days of aviation. But it is a lovely part. Okay, so I'm going to do something clown again. Sorry to break the immersion, but I like doing this because I like. Is that a little too green? You know what? Let's add a filter and let's go color and let's strip out. That's not too bad. No, that's alright. There we go on the rudder again. There we go. I want to keep the colours fairly neutral. That kind of works for me. How's it work for you cats? Should we? Okay, so let's also add brightness. Brightness and contrast. That works. These are the two I used to work with extensively in Simland. Down through the past couple of years since NVIDIA introduced it. I don't know how you guys feel, but I really like this colour combo. I know it's naive to say it, but everything looks so peaceful once you're up here, doesn't it? As in real life, when you're birdling about about up in the training ground. Or I'm flying down at Phillip Island, not Phillip Island, north of Phillip Island, French Island, and over to little towns like Nanagoon and Kui Rup. It's like that once you're up in the air, because the local airfield is just traffic only, so you're not contending with, you know, busy airport airspace, class is it class A, class C airspace. You've just got your area and you keep visuals every time you turn. Same old, what you've got to do. I'm just going to see how we're travelling. How are we looking? So we've got many rivers to cross. I think we can follow the highway down at this point. We're square. Just beautiful. Such a perfect day. Ah, Lou Reed. Who can't miss you, you grumpy old git? Lovely for a half-hour flight. I know I should have done more laps around Omaha there, so you can get a feel for it and decide if you're going to whiz out and buy it. But I didn't, and that's just how I roll on a Sunday morning. No, I didn't, and I know I should, to give you guys, rather than me just going, oh, go out and buy this, go out and get that. It's not really the case. But on the other hand, I figure if you're watching any of the rubbish I come out with, you've long since made up your mind long before you zoned into whatever the crap I'm coming out with here. Now, I've probably still got the freaking pump on, haven't I? You know what? Let us, because I'm pretty sure that this beastie, like any other beastie, doesn't require the pump. It's only for takeoff and landing, or cut over, transfer. I wonder why you can't see Christopher Croken in here, my puppy dog. There you go. I think he'd probably be uncomfortable sitting on the tablet. But you can definitely see him from... Fantastic little creature to get around in this beastie, isn't it? Glorious. If you do have it, let me know if you've done any cool flights. You know, I'd be interested to know. I don't know why I hesitated so long in buying this. I don't know, probably with the spate of so many other aircraft to get about in. Why am I flying south, people? That's where we want to be. But it's delightful. It's really very visually, it's stunning. I like the scuff and scarf marks all over the yoke, and I like the poly count. Really sweet plane to get about in. Really lovely. It's kind of that. There's enough pre-war / immediate post-war. Let's give ourselves some height, eh? Post-war look and feel to kind of tickle all the essential bits of our flight simming needs. sounded vaguely sexual then. That's just wrong on so many levels. But yeah, this is a great little motor. Love it. I love it. I did take the Bugatti for I did take the Bugatti for a run from Toulouse down to Carcassonne. When I was over that way in another lifetime, I befriended a mate who used to work up at Airbus in Toulouse, and he had a beautiful little place set down in the foothills of the Pyrenees. Gorgeous little town. So I spent probably about 6 weeks down around that way, and it was great doing this flight from Toulouse down to Carcassonne, because further, I think northeast of Carcassonne, you've got the town of Zil, or Azil, and it has, you know, very storied, very rich in history. The whole Pyrenees down to Toulouse, over to Lourdes and Pau and Carcassonne and Azil, in fact Perpignan, right along that Montpellier, all around that area. And the reason is because one of the stories not often told is the those escaping persecution from the Spanish Inquisition in the mid 16th century, or mid 1500s, yeah, mid 16th century. And the Qatar, amongst others, there are beautiful little towns like down around Foix. Forget them, so many hamlets, and they weren't really hamlets, they were basically just, well, they ended up becoming fortress towns. They were beacons that ran the length of the Pyrenees to warn if the emissaries from the Inquisition were coming over the mountains. So if anyone's got wind of the emissaries coming, they would torch the beacon and they would light up from hill to hill to warn any of the persecuted peoples. And unfortunately, we still live in a world of persecuted peoples, and too many people, I find, really oversimplify the issues at hand, and that really doesn't contribute to the constructive narrative of bringing us together rather than pulling us apart. And I think, you know what, frankly speaking, that's fucking lazy. That's intellectually abhorrent and intellectually lazy. And there are a few, you know, I'm pretty chill with that stuff, but you know, you've many things to look into. Otherwise we're still stuck to a certain extent with the progeny of inquisitors everywhere and inquisitions everywhere. So travelling down around that way over Azil, in fact I think even in flight sim, and it probably was just my fancy, but there was, I'm sure I saw the old earthworks around Carcassonne and Azil, no higher than this, no higher than maybe 1500 feet half the time, for the people defending themselves. And I remember, and stop me if you've heard this one or zone out if you haven't already, but a friend showing me a church in, I'm pretty sure it was Azil, and I'm not a religious person, I am just, it's not even a complex relationship. There's too much beauty in the world that people who are somewhat too adherent to any one conviction tend to set about destroying, advertently or inadvertently. So, but he took me into this church, and he himself was a devout Catholic, and he said, this is a church of magnificence. And I got to tell you, it wasn't the Basilica, and it was not St. Peter's. It was a church hewn and made up of gypsum and hardwood and sandstone, and the rafters were cindered and burnt. It was the most humble, not even stained glass windows. Simple ancient windows, the glass of which has stood the test for more than 200-300. No modern age has broken them out of spite or fear or anger or revolution or rebellion. Only a couple of those windows are left, by the way, but yeah, still existed when I was there. And I got it. I kind of got it. I got that sense of belonging, that sense of togetherness, that sense of born out of conviction. I still feel it's a little too tribal for me, but then, fuck mate, maybe I've just been alone in the woods too long. But I got to tell you, yeah, there was a genuine sense of humility, and one thing I'm convinced of, and I can certainly speak for myself here, humility is something I think we can all do with a little more of in this day and age. There you go, I'll hop off my soapbox now. But I just, that's what I mean, there's so much beauty, and so much care. Now, I'm expecting, doesn't matter what I'm expecting, whatever we see, we're just going to land it. Let's get down here, eh? This thing really does burtle along. Look, if you're still with me and you're putting up with the rubbish I come out with, then I thank you again. I've no idea why. It's just all freestyling the whole way. Making rubbish up most often is nothing to do with the bloody simulator, or the aircraft we buy, or the scenery we download, or anything else for that matter. And it just actually gets me thinking about my poor flight instructors. I'm actually very lucky. You don't get to talk up there. You shut up, you listen, you do. Probably why I love this bloody simulator so much. So here's the Herringbone Lake. I'm venturing to say gee, it's nice. Are you going to be my airfield? Are you going to be my airstrip? I want to say yes. Oh, okay, so we're down there somewhere. And where is it in relation to the... Yep, cool. So just down by the river here. We should be just pretty much directly over it. So I don't think too much. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? Is that the view there? Looks like it. Alright, let's yeah, alright, so I'm venturing to say that is you right there. No, that's a highway. Surely? And stop calling me Shirley. Okay. Good, now I'm truly lost. I am not seeing it. I am just not seeing it. But again, we can put this thing down wherever the heck we want. Being young, free and liberated individuals the way we all are. Alright. Such a perfect day. Much animals in the zoo. Well, since we don't have, hang on, what do we got? November. You cats are in winter time. You know what? What's the worst that can happen? The harvest's in, you got everything. Most I can do is probably a Howard Hughes and end up in a beet field covered in beet juice that everybody will confuse as blood. Blood. One more check to make sure I'm not going crazy. Now if I did do this, that'll do. That'll do. Why don't we? Let's say we did. I'm venturing to say that is exactly what you are. Now I don't even know if this thing has flaps, so just can we side slip it a bit? Oh, that's right, we can't because this doesn't have separate rudder control. No, okay, so this isn't going to go well. But like I said, the harvest's in. Let's see if we can do it. Can we do it? Why? Simply because. Look, big beautiful world. Yeah, that's the world I live in, gang. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Go and have yourself a great one. Okay, I'll catch you later. Bye. No, you goofy. That's a bit better. All off. Nuts. Beautiful.